like that, baby? Hey, good evening. Henry McClure live here in the Glass Houses studio, which is part of the Ryan Mowinkle commercial empire of his real estate business. Which, by the way, reminds me, I've got to get somebody down there in that office condo. We'll sell the condo or we'll rent the condo. Oh, by the way, did you know I'm a licensed real estate broker here in the state of Kansas? My friend Riley Ringgold is so good about disclosure. But do you know that commercial real estate, as they say in Latin, caveat emptor? Pretty sure that's Latin. Well, hey, how are y'all tonight? Hey, we're going to talk about 37th Engaged tonight. So, we've got 36 acres originally, and I was looking back, and we bought the first 18 in 12, 11 to 15. And I was in the deal with a fellow named Dana K. Anderson, who's one of the founders of the Macerich Company. Did you know he started out here in the home building business? And by the way, this video is catering to my friends in New York and California, because, man, what I'm understanding, both these areas, there's a mass exodus. One to escape socialism. So come on down to Topeka, Kansas, and I'll show you guys how it's really done. So we've got, and I can tell you the whole history of this land, but we've got a stream buffer that runs through this land, and that stream buffer actually makes it to where if you wanted to cross that stream buffer, you'd have to build a bridge like you're crossing a river. It would be iconic at that. But if you go down there, Weibel Property Development is moving almost 300,000 cubic yards of dirt. And talk to Tyler about it. Tyler, if you know Tyler, he's very accessible. He's got a lot of projects going on right now, and I'm glad to be a part of his team. So we've got 63 acres behind us right here, and developable. If you take this stream buffer right here that goes through this 2.5 acres here on Evening Side. Ooh, I don't want to cover up my phone number. Because if you want to call me right now, if you'd like to call in, we'll go live right now. So the stream buffer goes through here. That's not to scale. And, oh, hang on here. I haven't told you the best news of this whole thing so far. Is we sold approximately 9 acres here to the Orthodox Church. Father Nikolai has been growing his church, and he's doubled it. He's doubled the capacity of his church. And so we've got to get off of Huntoon. It's about Huntoon and Medford. And they've got the plans here. They're building them. I actually think Brian Falk got some of this work here. You know Brian Falk? So Brian, I think, is working on this. We've got Mr. Skirvin out there on the project manager. And that stream buffer, here, let's make it a little smaller. But on the property left over on the east side of the stream buffer, we're going to have about 19 acres that we can develop there. And what I'm looking for, what I'd like to build, if it were just a perfect world today, I'd really like to get some upscale multifamily there. We need to get some better places to live. Because like if you look at our Topeka housing study, you either go to the top or the bottom. The middle's handled. So this kind of in a, I guess that'd be like that, sorry. So we got Driggs Engineering right now. Driggs. Driggs is working on the engineering for all this, and we've got to do some, here, let me kind of do this here. This is gauge. So what I'd really like to do is some outlots here, some pad sites, some restaurants. We can sell you the land, we can ground lease you the land, we could do a build-to-suit. And so that would take up the front part. There's a new person, going right here. I didn't do the deal, and even though some of it's public record, I don't think it's my place to announce who's going there. But the boys over at Berkshire Hathaway got me with the developer of this site, and we're going to work a deal here. So this is 37th Street. 37th Street goes like that. And we're going to, the dollar, or the people taking that place, man, they were so nice. He was very sympathetic to my issues, and we're going to work with getting a intersection put in here and a new drive lane. So today, everything, all the rest of the land's still in play. We've got 19 acres here. We got 2.1 acres here. And you know what I say here off the evening side? I think somebody ought to just come in, make an offer to buy 2.1 acres that dies into this street and build one house on it. The stream buffer's never going anywhere. You'll live at the end of the road. Perfect place for a family with a bunch of kids. I hope you can hear me okay. I'm maybe yelling a little. I mean, that's my nature anyway. But my sound system rolled craps, and I got to get a new one. But also, too, on the other side, we were talking about the 63 acres up here, and I want to look into connecting Skyline Drive and Evening Side together on up there. So, see, can you see over here? So here's Skyline, here's Evening Side. You know, this stream buffer, look how big it is right here. So that stream buffer really impacts this real estate, the 63 acres. It's nothing you can't work around. One guy, I'll tell you what one guy ought to do here is buy that hill and live on top of that hill. I've made a lot of videos up there, and Dave Herman he's not mad at me for driving up there, or at least he's not expressing it to my face. But you got a most beautiful view of the capital city. But you can connect off Skyline Drive. You make all this land up here accessible. And also, it's designed to come right out of here, out of Summerfield, right there. So you've got connectivity to all this ground over here from Skyline and Summerfield today. But I'm gonna offer this land to Dave Herman, and then I'm also going to investigate on behalf of a client how to connect, how to use that land, and maybe they might buy some land from Dave. But hey, overall, that's an update on 37th and Gage. I'll get, we're having lunch Thursday with the on-site Jeremy Lord, and hope Mr. Skirvin comes along. And we're going to get an update from them on how they're going to finish this thing off. But think about this. Oh, and what I never did tell y'all, it took me 2 years to get the Catholic Church, and God bless that bishop. He was a tolerant fella. And I'll tell you, it's almost cosmic energy that puts the Orthodox Church here. It really is. The Orthodox, their first service was Pentecost, and Rome pulled away from the Orthodox in about 1100. And then, just a little religious history, then King Henry, who I'm an Episcopalian, pulled away from Rome, what was it, about 1435, something like that. But Father Nikolai, too, and I'm going to do a whole show, after this on Father Nikolai's land, which is crazy. You know, this is owned by Dana Kay. But Dana Kay, there's a story about Dana Kay in the home building business, and I'll tell you when I'm doing Father Nikolai's show. But he wants me to express to the public, just like this, just buy it from me, buy it, or talk to your broker, talk to your real estate agent. I'll pay commissions. Gladly pay commissions. And I'll tell you, when I've owned real estate, I've paid full commissions. But here you got to work on a split with me. But why not just turn it into one house? You know, we did a full set of plans on here, engineered, and it comes to $70,000 a lot. $70,000 to bring them up to city standards. We were talking today with friends that, you know, why can't we maybe lighten up on the developer today? You know, when the whole city is brought up to the standards that they want you to build today, well, then you've got a reason why everything should be built, because it's an even playing field. But maybe sometimes we could lighten up a little bit. You know, one of the reasons Dana Kay went broke when he was 27 in the home building business was the city standards. Treat people the way you want to be treated. Well, I'll tell you, we got a lot of work to do. Let's see if you can hear this. Can you hear this out here? I had the door shut. Can you hear that? I've been playing the healing music that I listen to when I get my sound bath. It's a beautiful thing. I feel better not talking about politics. I mean, there's some politics you got to talk about because we're American citizens and that's our duty. Like right now, I probably shouldn't bring out the fact that I want Mike Halligan to run for county commission to make sure bobblehead goes away. But I digress. But look, if you live in New York, you want to live in a Kansas. Our politics aren't perfect, but I think overall you've got a more conservative base here in Kansas. Same with you Californians. I lived in California for a decade, and I loved it. But I wouldn't move back there on a bet. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Henry McClure Live, talking real estate. You all have a good night.